Coach, do you feel like this is a team that should be off to a 2-2 start in Pac-12 play?
I mean, you would hope based on just how the schedule played out that we would. I mean, I thought we'd be better in 2-2.
Coach, obviously an Oregon State team coming to town that has some size similar to Stanford. What do you think needs to change this weekend?
Well, I mean, we just have to pinpoint an area that I could lock in on that we need to get better at. It seems like we've been a little bit all over the place with just different things that are kind of breaking down, and we just have to be a little more consistent. Some nights it's been shot selection. At Stanford it was turnovers and free throw shooting. Against Utah it was transition defense. So there've been like different things. Princeton was shooting percentage and a lot of missed layups. So some of the losses we've hurt ourselves, and on the road you can't do what we did in the first half versus Cal and get down big and hope that that's going to work. And then you can't start the second half the way we did at Stanford, where we did our job. We knew they'd be ready to play. They needed to win. They were 0-3, and they played a lot of good teams. They played Kansas right down to the wire, had a chance to win at Kansas. So Stanford has some players, and they were desperate, and we were right there. It was a 2-point game. And we watched the film Sunday morning and showed the guys things we need to address, and we just got to play better. You can't start the half and go down 14 without scoring a point. We had chances to score. We just didn't capitalize, and we had turnovers. So we just got to try and be a little bit more consistent, and I think that's what we've been talking about.
Are there certain metrics or stats or other things that you see as thematically kind of areas where you want to improve upon?
I just think it's going to come down to a lot on decision making and execution for this team, and taking care of the ball and getting a good shot every time, and that'll help our defense a lot. I still think that is, despite again giving up a lot more points than we have been giving up at Stanford, it's still a strength of our team. We got to rebound a little better too, and so those were the strengths. We got to make sure we're continuing to talk about that, but just can't put our defense in a bad spot because we're turning over live ball turnovers or bad shots.
Is this as challenging a group that you've had here in terms of getting them to play up to expectations?
Yeah, I mean the expectations were created based on the results, and that's the thing with this team. I mean, I had a lot of confidence in our roster and the guys in the locker room, just the way they were performing in July. But we were selected 6th in the Pac-12, and I think we did more than our fair share in the non-conference. And this isn't the Big 12 or the Big 10 or the ACC where you could be 2-2 and you still feel like, hey, there's a lot of season left, and we could be positive. Not this year with the way things have played out in our league, and our winning percentage in the non-conference was so low that it puts more pressure on you to have a really good conference regular season. And so far we're behind in that regard, and we have to do better.
I know you said you have 8 players that you can start, various lineups and everything, but how frustrating has it been not to set on the starting lineup that can play game in and game out?
Yeah, I mean, the one time I emphasized it was more of just for Remy and Lou to learn something, and after that it's kind of now I think that we will be able to lock in on a group, and hopefully everyone will get comfortable in a role, and that is important too, to be juggling it all the time and searching all the time. It's just you'd hope that you could just have one that would be normal, and then everyone would understand hey, I'm going to get in at this point, and that sort of thing.
Do you know what that'll be yet for this week?
No. I mean, it's a lot. Practice will determine a lot of that, and just what I see, this week.
Coach, what kind of qualities do you look for in walk-on players, and how important are those guys at the end of the bench in terms of bringing energy into the games and practices?
Yeah, I mean, they're undervalued, they're underappreciated, they're not on scholarship, and they work hard every day. Our guys are good kids and good students, our walk-ons, and you know, they picked me up in the last minute 30. It was of the Stanford game. It was the best basketball that we played in that whole game.
You mentioned the Pac-12 might not be as strong as some of the other conferences. In terms of looking ahead to the postseason, is that a conversation that you've started to have with your guys that, hey, if you want to be playing in March, you know it's still early in conference play, but we got to pick it up, or have you not really had that conversation yet?
I mean, you touch on just how important it is to protect your season, and we've had some great wins. You know, Mississippi State win, the Kansas win proves that we can beat elite competition, and so you know what you're capable of, and you just want to try and make sure that you don't dig a hole for yourself. And we're just our league, you can't afford to be 500, or even last year for us we were sub 500 and we were sweating it out, but still I felt like we had a legitimate argument about getting in, and I think overall the league did perform better in the non-conference, so that helped us on Selection Sunday.
Now there's all this big picture stuff, but how do you help the players just focus on game-to-game basis when there's all this pressure and all these big picture situations?
I think we got a lot of competitors in our locker room, and I don't think they liked how they felt after that game, and bad taste in their mouth, and then to get back in very early on Sunday morning and watch it again and relive it, and then hit the floor and physically work on a day that typically would be an off day leading into the next week. So that wasn't the case based on how we lost that game, and so the response has been generally pretty good in practice, and we did a lot of talking as well as watching the film, and met with a lot of the players and talked about what it takes to do this on a consistent basis, and to be a team that is more dependable.
Anything else?
Thank you, guys.